Here, you are not doing anything special yet. Here, you are not doing anything special. Here, you are trying just to withdraw your attention from outside. Here, you are trying. Here, you are withdrawing all your attention from outside. And you are releasing your focus outbound. I hope you are following. This is where the fundamental meditation starts. Here, you are trying to defocus, in other and easy words, from outside. And when you are defocusing from outside, you're bringing your attention, you are releasing your attention, you are releasing your attention from the objects and from the thoughts and anything which is outside and thought as far as it has the objectivity attached to it from within. You are defocusing, you are releasing the tension which keeps you occupied outside and inside as far as the thoughts. You are releasing that tension. You are attentive. You are not bending over. You are not leaning forward. You are just totally attentive, sitting. Every muscle in your body is relaxed right now, but you are attentive. Your backbone is erect as humanly possible. As erect as humanly possible, but yet comfortable. That's what you are doing right now. Having said that you are releasing your tension from everything outside and the thoughts you have, you are releasing your tension from the thoughts as well. When you are releasing all the tension from everywhere, where remains a journal focus. This focus encompasses everything without any dimension, without any direction. Here you are sitting as comfortable but as attentive, as I mentioned, as humanly possible, but comfortable. Otherwise, it would defeat the purpose. And here you are not doing anything spatial. You are just sitting attentive and watching. Maybe you're breathing at the most. Paying attention towards your breathing gently, so gently that it does not bother you. You see, that you don't make an issue about it, but you are still paying attention to your breathing. You get identified by numerous things. If somebody asks you a question, who are you? You get identified by numerous identifications. If somebody asks you a question that who are you, your answer would be, your answer may vary based on your circumstances. Your answer may vary based on your gender. You can say your name. You can say that you are a human. The answer could be you are either a male or a female. The answer could be that you are men or women. The answer could be the profession that you are engaged in, the profession that you carry. I am an accountant. I am a financial advisor. I am a man. I am a woman. I am a human. When somebody asks you a question, hypothetically, that who are you, then your answer may vary. But your answer could be any of these things which I just mentioned. These are all identifications. Identifications are that you are identified with these things, but these things are abstract. These things do not indicate the truth. You understand why I'm saying these things are identification. These things do not indicate any type of truth. When somebody asks, "Who are you?" your answer could be any of these things which I just mentioned not long ago. Identifications. These are the things which were handed over to you. It happens to everybody. We never had a chance to explore ourselves, who we really are. When we want to really know the answer, who we really are, when we want to explore the truth, then we have to put then we have to gently move our attention inwards, where we do not profoundly, where we do not deeply accept all these abstract answers. Yes, these answers can be significant in order to function in the society. I mention it time to time to you. But in truth and in real truth, if you want meditation to work for you in its best way, that if you want meditation to work for you at its best, then by the time when you tend to go into a meditative state, by the time when you tend to start meditation, all these abstract identification which were handed over to you and only have significance in order to function in the society, you might want to put them aside. Here you are nobody. Here you here if somebody asks you, "Who are you?" You are not a mother, you are not a sister, you are not a brother, you are not a husband, you are not a wife, you are not an accountant, you are not a manager, you are not a woman, you are not a man, you are not even human. Because these things, remember, as I said, remember, these things were handed over to you. So when somebody asks here, when you are about to go in a state of meditation, if somebody asks you, "Who are you?" your answer is, at this moment in time, at least for some period of time, while we are in the state of meditation, we put all these things aside. You see, by the time by this time when we are in the state of meditation, we put all these things aside. We become attentive and we realize we are nothing and we are nobody. That's the whole purpose. And actually, that is the very effective way to meditate when in this moment in time, as I said, or at least some period of time, in this moment in time, or at least some period of time, we realize we are no one. That's the best state to be, in the state of meditation. If you want your meditation effective, the answer is, I am no one. I am nobody. You see, the answer is that I am no one and I am no body, at least only for this period of time while you are in the state of meditation. You are nobody and you are no one. All the things that I just listed, you are none of them. So when somebody asks you while you are in the state of meditation, please remember you are no one here. When you are no one and when you do not know what you are, then a possibility, a desire rises basically to know yourself beyond the abstract barriers which were handed over to you. You see, here this time is solely yours. Yours does not mean your name. Yours does not mean your gender, you does not mean your race, you does not mean um, a family relation such as brother, sister, husband, wife. You does not mean here nothing. Here, no, nothing means nothing. Means you are none of that. The only significance here in this time, in this period of time, if you understand what I'm saying to you, the only significance it has is that you are. What you are is not important in this moment in time while you are trying to meditate, while you are trying to maintain a meditative state. What you are is not significant in this moment in time. What is significant that you are, that I am. You see that this is what something which is significant here. So keep that in mind while we sit in the meditative state. In the state of meditation while you trying to maintain a balance. Have you heard the word balance? You know what balance is? Balance. In the state of meditation, when we try to maintain a balance between our emotions, between our thoughts, which is mind, and the body. Here we are trying to maintain a balance between our thoughts, our emotion, and the body. Please remember that here, as I mentioned, that keep in mind while we are trying to maintain our balance is you are nobody at this moment in time. If you understand what I'm saying? In this moment in time, you are nobody. In this moment in time, you have no identification. In this moment in time, you have no bands attached to you, no bands, zero bands attached to you. You understand? In this moment in time, there are no abstract identification, at least for some time during the day. Ideally, first thing in the morning when you have not accumulated data through your five senses. Your mind is rather sharp at this moment in time. Number two is One is you are nobody, you are nothing. However, it's not important here what you are. What is important that you are. Remember. Number two, do you need anything in this moment in time? You see, these are all the tips for the effective meditation. Do you need anything in this moment in time? That's number two. So the answer to that is you don't need anything in this moment in time, at least for some time. You don't need anything in this moment in time. In this moment in time, you need nothing, at least for some time. That's number two to remember. Always remember the word remember. What is your motive or mission during meditation? You see, this is something also worth to remember. You see, what is your motive? What is your mission? What is the outcome you are after? That is also a thought, you see. A thought can a thought may arises. What is the outcome of this practice? What is your goal? What you are trying to achieve? Because mind loves to come to the conclusions. Mind loves to operate in the greed of result. Mind wants to see the destination. Mind wants to achieve something. Mind operates in the greed of reward, basically in the greed of outcome, in the greed of result, whatever you want, the word you want to use, whatever you title you want to attach. So a thought, basically, a thought rises in you. A thought basically rises in you because since you are sitting silent, you see, this is silent. So since you are sitting silent, mind is becoming outrageous now because mind loves to be in function. If it is not in function, it is unemployed, it is dead for some time, and it does not like that. You see, it has to function. It loves, it gets high on functioning. But for the most part, when it is getting high on functioning, for the most part, when it is getting full from the functioning, the the self, what you essentially are, the awareness, unfortunately and sadly, is being abused in the process. Not all the time, but for the most part. Because we have realized, as the mind of all humanity, as the Dharma, of all humanity has built up. For the most part, the mind of humanity is talking to us nasty. The mind of all humanity is not very friendly. So we realize it's better to keep it quiet for some time, at least during the day, so we can gain strength from the sacred. Please remember something: sacred resides between two thoughts. Sacred resides beyond the thought process. Please know all this. So here, a thought arises in you. A thought has a thought has risen. You see, a thought has risen in you, and the thought is what you are trying to achieve. What is the outcome of this practice? What is the result of this practice? You see, you tell the thought and you tell yourself, not everything we do is in the greed of reward. Not everything we do is in the greed of result. Not everything we do is in the greed of some type of achievement. Sometimes we do stuff for no reason. Remember that. You see, I can ask you the question, what exactly are you achieving by breathing? You see, so you are just breathing, you see, or what exactly are you achieving since your heart is beating? What exactly are you achieving by breathing? So remember something, the point I'm trying to make is so many things we do without the greed of getting something in return. We do it. So when the thought has risen in you, you are sitting silent, attentive. What are you trying to achieve through this practice? The answer is nothing. I am trying to achieve nothing. I'm looking forward to no result. I'm looking forward to no achievement. I am looking forward to no reward. I am looking forward to zero result. Why then am I doing it? I am doing it for the heck of it. I am doing it because it makes me feel better about myself. This is the answer, your answer, you the awareness, you the pure consciousness, you the sense of self-awareness. This is your answer, basically, to the mind. When the mind asks you what you are trying to achieve in this moment in time, this is your answer. You, the awareness, the sense of self-awareness, the pure consciousness, would answer to the mind, I'm trying to achieve nothing. That's my answer, that I am trying to achieve nothing, but I am still doing it, and I am still doing it for the heck of it. That's my answer. So let's do it. The purpose of meditation is basically the purpose of meditation basically is diffuse the mind at least for some time. When we understand, we comprehend profoundly, when we diffuse the mind at least for some time, we gain strength from sacred. We gain strength from divinity. The purpose of meditation is to withdraw your attention from the objects around you, from the sense and perceptions around you, and the thoughts within you. You see, the purpose of meditation is to take charge of the mind by telling the mind every day that I am capable of diffusing you anytime I want. Is mind important? Of course, mind is important in order to function in the society. So you can live the carnation you have chosen. But that's the only significance of the mind. Mind can be abusive when you are by yourself and you are not functioning in the society and you are still occupied by your psychological drama. You are still occupied by your thoughts. The purpose of meditation is to relax your tension from outside. You see, you would feel there is a relaxation in the tension. Just like the rubber band, when you pull a rubber band for a long time, you feel the tension between two sides of the rubber band. Remember, I used the metaphor of the rubber band. When you pull the rubber band and you keep pulling it, you feel the tension between two sides of the rubber band. And then when you release the band, you know what we are doing right now? We are releasing that rubber band through meditation. So when you release the rubber band or two sides of the band, there is a relaxation in the tension it was carrying. Just like that, we, through meditation, we are releasing that rubber band and we are basically feeling peaceful when there is no tension, when there is the relaxation in the tension. So please understand that. That's the purpose of the meditation. Every day when you practice that, to diffuse the mind for some time, mind would tell you this object needs your attention. Mind would tell you this thought needs your attention. Mind would tell you this object nearby needs your attention. Mind would ask you to make some story about it for no reason. And you don't like to think that much. So mind would give you the tricks. Mind would say, this is the last time. I have a lot of experience. I would leave you alone just this time. Bring your awareness to me. But once you bring your awareness to the mind, once you board on one thought, there is no way you can get rid of it now. Through the meditation, we learn to diffuse the mind. The problem is not the object around, the problem is not the thoughts within. The problem is not all that. The problem is the nature of the mind. The objects around you, the sense and perceptions around you, the people around you. The thoughts within you are not the problem if you can learn to release your tension from these. You see, if you can learn to release your tension from these are not the problem. The problem is the nature of the mind. Mind loves to be employed. Mind enjoys and gets thrill while it's in function. But in the process, the being, the self-awareness, the consciousness can be abused, unfortunately. So please remember that. This is very important thing for you to remember. This is very important and significant thing for you to remember. You need to remember the nature of the mind. You need to say that no, I cannot bring my attention on or my awareness voluntarily, basically just to keep you happy and just to keep you occupied, because I love my peace too. That's what you would tell the mind. In meditation, in this spiritual practice, we create a distance from the mind. We create a distance from the thought by creating sufficient distance, by teaching our own self to diffuse it at least for some time. When we practice to diffuse it at least for some time, then we take charge. Then it becomes the part of our nature. Then it becomes it imprints on our karma. You see, it imprints on our karma, and when then it imprints on our karma, we have total and full control when to entertain a thought and when not. If we don't want to entertain, if we do not want to entertain a thought, we can leave the thought aside. We become totally in charge of the mind. Mm.